If you're like me and you don't want to carry a carry-on bag for a short trip, you only want to bring a personal bag but still get a lot of outfits, well then this video is for you. I am currently on a quick getaway to Gothenburg, Sweden. I'm here only for 3 days and 2 nights, so I did not want to bring a lot of stuff. And I knew I did not want to bring a willy bag, especially in an old European city with lots of cobblestone streets. So I have my personal bag and I was able to fit 8 to 10 items in there, but I'm able to get upwards of 10 outfits just from those items. Do I need 10 outfits for this trip? No, but it's nice to have options, and there's definitely a system. So if that sounds good to you, keep watching. If you're new here, I'm Clashawn and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I discuss personal style, slow design, and conscious living. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it and to subscribe if you haven't already. All right, let's get into this video. So this is the personal bag that I decided to bring. I'll make sure to link it in the description box below. As you can see, it is stuffed and it's great because it has so many pockets to fit everything that you need. So the way this video is going to unfold is I'm going to show you what is in the bag, all of the things that I packed, all of the nitty-gritty. I'm going to go through the items that I brought, the specific like clothing items and shoes. And then I'm going to end the video by showing you the outfits that are possible with the items that I've brought. So let me show you what's in my bag. So on this side of the bag, we have 2 zippers, as you can see here. Possibly, I hope you can see. Let me just bring it closer. You can see those 2 zippers. And we also have it on the other side as well. In the first pocket, we have my jewelry. This is my jewelry container. I didn't bring a lot of jewelry this time because I didn't need it. But it's probably a little topsy-turvy. But yeah, it has a lot of pockets. Like this part is for necklaces. It's a mess because I had to get dressed for this video. And then I have a bunch of earrings in here. Of course, I have on some jewelry that would fit in there as well. But yeah, this is my jewelry container. I absolutely love it. I got this from a local store, but I feel very confident that you can find this online. But it's really great because it's really sturdy and it protects your jewelry. Well, there's nothing in this pocket, so there's room for more. On this side, we have my shoes. So I have 1 pair of shoes here. And I have another pair. These are my flip-flops. I always bring flip-flops on my trips. And if you saw my last travel video, I talked about how I also use my flip-flops as part of the outfit if the weather dictates it, but I'll get into that in a bit. So 2 pairs of thin shoes in this pouch here. On this side, I have 2 pairs of sunglasses. Though it's been rainy so far on this trip, so I haven't needed it. The sun is shining now. So hopefully I get to use them today. So yeah, on this side, we have 2 pairs of sunglasses. In this back zipper, I have a phone charger. So that goes in there. Now we can get into the inside. Okay, so this is my camera bag. So obviously I needed to bring that. I have my stainless steel water bottle. Still has a little water in there. I always forget to drink water when I'm away, and I really need to fix that. I have my bonnet, obviously for my hair, and I have some more silk scarves in there. I also have my pajama shorts. So I have some little silk pajama shorts, and these are so nice for traveling because they fold down to nothing. Also underneath this top that I'm wearing, I have the pajama shirt that accompanies it, but it's incredibly thin and it fits within this bonnet that I'm using sort of as a bag. We have my like my undergarments bag, and I also have, it's already out, but I have a thin knit bag that I use for my dirty undergarments. So that also fits in the bag. It's just not in there right now. I have like, I guess a small, this is not toiletries. This is where I keep like my medicine. I have my asthma inhalers. I have some tissue in there. I have some tea bags. So this is just a pouch of like random stuff. And here is my toiletries bag. So it has all of my makeup and all of my like soaps and body wash and lotion and things like that. All of that is in here. And I also have my bag. So this is the bag that I decided to bring on this trip. It is a leather bucket bag and it's full of stuff. I'm not going to go into this bag, but this is just, it's stuff with the things that I would have on, like what I need on my person all the time, like lip gloss. I also actually have a portable power bank because my phone is always dying. Of course, I have my wallet. I have a notebook. So yeah, just my handbag that I will be using every day. And obviously, if I needed more space in the bag, I could just wear the handbag, but I just, you know, I want to have just one bag to be responsible for. I don't want to have to worry about carrying several bags. So I forgot to show you, but I have an inside pocket and that houses my Kindle. I don't go anywhere without my Kindle. Matter of fact, every time I buy a new purse, like it must fit my Kindle. I do have like a purse or two where it can't fit, but it is like what measures whether a bag is good enough for me to buy is whether my Kindle can fit into it. So anywho, the Kindle is in the inside pocket. So that was all of the accessories. Now we can get into the clothes that I brought. So typically when I travel, I tend to use my Flex capsule. If you're here because you watched my how to pack for a trip where I went to Brittany, France, then you would know that I discussed the 10 by 10, but since then I have formalized the system and now I have created my Flex capsule, which is exactly what that was. And that is what I use for traveling. However, this was a really short trip and I knew I did not need to bring all of those items. It would have been overkill. So instead I brought very strategic pieces. So let me tell you what they are. So I didn't need too much, but I knew I wanted to bring 2 bottoms. I also knew that I would need a warmth layer, and then I knew I would need a couple of tops. So I brought 2 bottoms, 1 warmth layer, and then I brought 3 tops. And I also brought 2 shoes. Pretty much these 2 shoes will always be what I bring with me on a trip, and it will always be a pair of sneakers and a pair of dressy flats. So I will show you all of the pieces that I brought, and then that includes the shoes. I have this button down that is not buttoned because I wore it already. But yeah, this is a red and white striped button down that I picked up secondhand from New Zealand. It's definitely a men's top. It has these really beautiful like white details. So the collar is white as well as the cuffs. So it just has this nice little element, which kind of acts as an accessory. So I knew I wanted to bring this specific button up on a trip. And I pretty much always bring a button up when I travel. This is definitely good for dressing up. So I wore this last night when I had a meal out. The next item is this top. It is a wool like long sleeve top. As you can see, it's a bit sheer and it has a hoodie and it also has a half zip. My absolute favorite part are the thumb holes here. I love thumb holes in a shirt. So this is what I traveled in. When I travel, I want to be cozy, and that always equals a hoodie for me, but I wanted to have more of an elevated hoodie, a more refined hoodie. So I remembered that I had this lovely piece in my wardrobe, and it's just great. I bought this last year though. I'm not sure if it's still available. If so, I will definitely link it, but it's definitely a great piece to have in your wardrobe and to travel with. The next item is this beautiful Breton stripe top. This is a new one. Matter of fact, I think it still has the tags on. Yes, it still has the tags on, but I will be wearing it today. I really love it because it's a little bit oversized, but it has this really beautiful like boat neck that I just think is so gorgeous. And it just looks so great with a lot of the items that I have in my wardrobe. So I knew I was going to bring this new item with me. My last top or outerwear, whatever you want to call it, is this cardigan. It's what I call my warmth layer. I pretty much always will bring a warmth layer with me when I travel. And it's typically a cardigan or a sweatshirt. But for this trip, I wanted to have a little bit more of a refined aesthetic for my clothes for this trip. So yeah, I brought this one out. I've owned this for many, many years. It's from In Other Stories. It is a wool mohair blend cardigan, and it just is so nice, and it's so cozy, and it's nice to also use this as an accessory and obviously a layering piece. But it is a piece that you can wear alone as a top. For my bottoms, I brought these new pants that I picked up a couple months ago. I did discuss it in a video. I'll make sure to link it if you're interested. These are a pair of skin tight slacks. They have a slight flare at the bottom and they are cropped, and I really like them. I have another pair of trusty slacks that I travel with, but I wanted to try these ones for the trip because the weather allowed for it. You know, it's spring, though it's been raining. It is a little bit cold. It's still warm enough for me to have my ankles out. So I thought I would bring these. And what's nice is it has an incredibly like low or slim profile. So they, you know, so small, so compact. They're so small, they're so compact. So I knew it would fit in the bag quite well. The last item of clothing is these jeans. These were not packed in the bag because these are what I traveled in. I also paired it with the black hoodie that I showed you earlier. So I will also travel home in these. And that is obviously a good tip, is when you're traveling, you always wear your heaviest items because the plane is always cold. So always wear your heaviest items, including your shoes. You can always take the shoes off in the plane. You know, you can bring out your flip-flops that you bring as well, so you can have something to wear on the plane. But yeah, that's the tip. Always wear your heaviest items. So I have these trusty pair of pants. I just got these as well a couple months ago. These are a new pair from Nudie. They are a men's pair of jeans. They're called, I think, the Loud Larry. Everything will be linked in the description box below. But yeah, just a great pair of jeans. I really love these. They go with everything. So knew I wanted to wear these. And I was very strategic about the items that I chose. I wanted to have, like, I love juxtaposition. So I wanted to have like refined, but then, you know, sort of like messy. I wanted to have oversized, but then I wanted to have a little bit of tailored. So I really love that kind of component of mixing like opposing elements in an outfit. Anything creative, it is just my jam. So as far as the shoes go, I have these dressy flats. If you've been here for a while, you've definitely seen these shoes. These are some gathered ballet flats that I picked up from Arquette so many years ago. And they're just great. They work. I mean, I went and got soles put on them just to help with the longevity. They're just a really great shoe. There's a lot of gathered ballet flats out, so I'll try to link some below if you're curious. But as you can see, really low profile. They're really great for traveling with and really great for walking for many, many hours. And if you like suffer from like foot pain for walking for a while, you obviously can get some soles to put inside the shoes, but these have great soles already. So really great pair of shoes. The last pair of shoes that I brought were my Chucks. These are my black leather 70s Chucks. These are incredibly comfortable, and obviously I knew it was going to be raining, so I needed a pair of shoes that I could wear in the rain. If you're not someone who likes sneakers, you can always bring a pair of boots, but for me, I'm a sneakers girl, so I will always have a nice like classic pair of sneakers. For me, my sneakers are always like Converse and Vans. Those are the ones I'm always going to travel with. I don't think that's ever going to change. So I also want to mention some other things for transparency's sake. I know some of you are sticklers. One of the things that came up in that video that I discussed earlier was like my jackets, and someone saying, "Oh, you obviously packed your jackets. Why didn't you talk about that?" Because I included the jackets in some of the outfits. And I want to say, no, I do not pack my jackets. My jackets are what I wear when I travel. So on this trip, I wore my rain jacket. I only own one rain jacket, and it is a trench coat. However, it's quite thin, and I'm always cold when I wear that by itself. So I will always bring two jackets, one that will layer well underneath it. And so I am actually currently wearing the other jacket that I brought to wear underneath my rain jacket. But as you can see, it stands alone. I can wear this as a top. So it's definitely like a little bonus. It's definitely like a little cheat. But, you know, if you have these kind of items in your wardrobe, then yeah, like you can cheat. Don't worry about that. It's not even cheating. You're just doing the most with what you have. So another thing that comes up is my accessories, as well as my shoes. So as you saw with the personal bag, I was able to fit my purse in there, and inside the purse I can also fit other things. So, you know, that works, that fits in the bag. But another thing that came up was my shoes. So I always travel with flip-flops. Duh, I need something to wear around the hotel room. And I also wear my flip-flops in the shower because sometimes, I don't know, I think I became a bit of a germaphobe. And I think it was something that was ingrained in me, you know, when you go to college and you have to wear flip-flops in the shower. So I think that's just something that just stuck with me. It does not matter how nice the hotel room is. Like, I will always like clean the toilet and clean, if there's a tub, I'll clean the tub. My trust level is low. Anywho, they're great flip-flops. And if the weather allows it and my outfit allows it, I will also wear flip-flops with my outfit. So is it cheating? I don't think so. As long as it fits like in the bag, in your carry-on or your personal bag, I think do whatever works. The main thing to focus on with these like travel capsules is like the system, and making sure that you're focused on the system, and then whatever else you can squeeze in there, you know, that's up to you. You do what works for you. So with this packing list, I pretty much have covered all of my bases. As you can see in the bag, I was able to fit everything I would need on a short getaway. I had all of my toiletries, my water, my electronics, you know, my jammies, my hair stuff. Like, I had everything in just that one bag. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comment box below. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye.